How you guys doing? I got a treat for you today. The Lego Captain Rex Microfighter retails for 13 bucks, which is really expensive, but it's a UCS level fig in a small box, so how could Lego fans resist? The box art references the end of the Clone Wars Season 7 with the Venator wreckage. Inside is your instruction manual, 2 numbered bags and 1 for accessories, and a small box to store his fabric pauldron. I tried to build it without instructions like Instructionless's channel, but I missed a couple of pieces. And here are the extra pieces with a total count of 16, which is a large chunk of the overall piece count, and I'm not a really big fan of that. I feel like we're getting scammed a little bit. Also, they really couldn't have just made it 100 pieces. They just had to add one more piece. Seeing Rex's helmet in person for the first time blew my mind. The printing's top notch with the weld marks taking part of his Phase 1 armor onto his Phase 2. I love how the vents are at an angle. The blue part of the visor is slightly higher on the mold than the black, which gives it some nice depth. You can attach a visor or his antenna, but it breaks off pretty easily. The pauldron is large, but I like the design of it, and it's plain underneath. The arm printing is amazing, and the left side is very similar to ARC Trooper 5's, except it's a different color, and on the right side it has more tally marks. The ammo pouch is also a bit large, but I don't really mind. There's no fabric waist cape, which is a bummer, and I feel like I keep jumping around on my opinion about that, because I see the fabric pauldron, and I think it looks really good, and I can only imagine how horrible it would be if they tried to print that on the arm, and I kind of apply that same logic to the waist cape too. I mean, it looks good printed, but it probably would add a little extra detail if it was fabric, and you could get detail on the side of the leg as well. The inclusion of the realistic guns is really nice to get, as we usually just get the common Star Wars gun molds. The backside has some nice dark gray and black lines to add some depth. Also, props to LEGO for giving all these clones different prints, when they could have easily just reused some of them. Underneath the helmet is his face, with the bandage for when he got his inhibitor chip removed. Now the real reason you want to buy this, for the Microfighter. I quite like the build, and wonder if they're ever going to do a full-size Rex Y-Wing. The pink thrust in the back looks good and adds some color contrast. There are rods placed inside to make the long engines less fragile. There's no support here, but since it's connected on either end, it's strong, so really good design there. The Technic connection uses the plus connection pin and a black pin, rather than just having black pins alone, which is sort of a new technique, and I've noticed it on other sets as well. I don't like how you can see the blue pin on the back though, but I mean, at least it matches the color. Dune. The blue and the white complement each other very well. Getting the printed control panel wedge piece is always a nice addition. Some cheese slopes for the windows, but the tolerance doesn't really feel like a normal Lego set. It almost kind of feels like a knockoff, as it's just too tight. I mean, listen to this. The snot work on the side has some nice curvature, and the front uses flick fire pieces for the laser cannons, and just above, a transparent blue plate. Something off topic, but if you just search Rex Y-Wing, most of the photos are Lego sets, when I didn't even type Lego. And of course, stud shooters, which don't really ruin the look in this case, and it blends quite well. And there's some room to place the Rex inside. It's crazy that we're getting a Captain Rex again, and especially in a, relatively cheap Microfighter. I mean, the last time we got him was in that Bark Speeder, and that was a long time ago. So it's definitely nice that the majority of the community got another chance at a Captain Rex, especially after Season 7, even though it kind of took a while to release. I really enjoy it. I mean, it's going to sell like hotcakes. There's no way a ton of people aren't going to buy it. And yeah, I hope they kind of do more of this in the future. Anyways, thanks for watching, and take care.